Shouldn't you want to own a business in capitalism?
Well, isn't the purpose of life to get ahead and do better?
Not if you keep failing.
Not if you keep
Not
failing?
If you keep failing, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that
to me.
doesn't make any sense.
Well,
That's kind of like to me,
somebody taught me something one time, and they said if you keep doing the same thing over and over and you expect different results, that's called insanity.
Correct.
Yeah, but
so
it's
you
not,
failed at
though.
capitalism
That's
4
just-
times already.
Yes, but that
It's
was
just
my
a
fault.
saying. It doesn't mean anything.
Right.
Well, I mean, is it though? Because it's not, again, when it comes to the startup of small businesses, most small businesses fail.
Yeah, this is
Yes.
Commie Cowboy.
And the first, I want to say it's 3 to 5
We'll see if I
times
can get in
they
on this real
fail.
quick.
Yes.
And a lot of that, especially right now, is because of the competition with much larger industries who already have a chokehold on the industry.
No,
Yes,
that's
but
not
they
why.
started out small businesses too. I
Did
mean,
they?
well, Sam Walton, for instance, he started out with one little store. Now it's Walmart.
Yeah.
They employ
I
like 2
succeed
million
or I
people
quit because it's unfair. I know, it's crazy.
all over the world.
How did Sam Walton get so popular? What was his formula?
Buy cheap
Advertisement.
and sell cheap.
No, he was really into the idea of his workers having input on the company. So you could directly, when Sam Walton was alive, and give him an idea, and he would implement it. And often he would promote those people.
Hello.
Well, if it was a good idea, that's what a good employer would do, no matter what.
So he understood that democratization of the workplace was important. He understood he needed to listen to the people doing the job for him. Right?
He did not
Pay
have
attention
a
to what-
democratized workplace. That's ridiculous.
I didn't say that he did have a democratized workplace. I said that he understood that information from his employees was imperative.
That's not the same
Okay.
as a democratized workplace.
I didn't say that it was a democratized
Then
workplace.
why are you
I
bringing
said
up
that he-
democratized workplaces?
Because-
in communism,
Because we're talking about
it's
the difference between capitalism and socialism.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
And
right.
Socialism.
And Sam Walton
Are
definitely
you going to
was
let me
not
finish, man, or
practicing
you just want to
socialism.
cut me off? I didn't say that he seeks socialism. I said his formula for becoming successful was to pay attention to his employees on the ground floor. That's what I said. I didn't say that he democratized the workplace. I said he understood information from his employees was important and imperative. All right? That's it. You're taking something out of what I said and you're trying to create an argument. I'm just talking about Sam Walton.
Okay, so let's talk about Sam Walton and his
No, I'm going to
massive
continue
successful-
the conversation I was having
Well, I
before
thought you were
entered the
done.
box. No, I wasn't. I was literally in the middle of speaking, and you just started talking.
Hello.
And I agree.
Are
with
you? I mean, are you
1000%.
done now? Like, I don't get it. Are you done now? Or
No, I'm going to go ahead and mute because it's clear that you're not ready to have a conversation.
I'm ready right
unlike
now
the
to
other
have a
gentleman.
conversation.
No, you don't understand what I'm saying.
I
It's
don't.
clear you're not ready. It's clear you're not ready to have a conversation in which where you want to have a back and forth. What you want to do is come in here and just,
Why
cut
don't you
everybody
stop
down,
crying
which is
and
fine.
let's have a debate?
Which is fine. Which is
Oh,
fine.
Stop
He's
crying.
really
Let's
Which
have a
is-
debate.
He said stop
Which is
crying.
hold on. Which is fine. You could do that. That's
He
why I
said
went
stop
ahead and.
crying. Just
That's why I went ahead to go ahead and mute. And when you started crying about me muting, I had to explain it to you.
just
think-
kick him out, mate.
You're
Just
just
kick him
going
out.
to kick me
It'd be
because I want to
hilarious.
have an actual debate and I know what I'm talking about, unlike the other people who are here. That's why you
No,
want to
no,
kick
just
me.
just kick him out.
Yeah,
He's
just
brilliant.
kick me out, of course.
Kick him out. It'd be worth it, mate.
Do
honestly.
it. Do
It'd
it,
be
mate.
hilarious.
Do it. Kick him out because he wants to have a debate.
Why is it Big Papa Vash? Just questioning. Yeah. Like,
Well,
what's
I
the
would
user
say that any
interface?
person who owns a business, the smartest thing that they can do is listen to their employees. They're on the front line. And
Yeah,
yes,
but
that's
businesses
exactly what,
don't do that.
well, that's exactly what Sam Walton did. That's why his truck drivers, for instance, once Walmart got so big, he held his truck drivers in such high regard because they were the ones who went to the stores, different stores all the time, and they could report back to him that the people were nice, the people were acting right.
Yeah,
blah,
but
blah,
man,
blah,
you're
whatever.
talking about something that happened like 50, 60 years ago. When did Walmart get founded?
What in the
Yeah, the
50s,
company doesn't
60s?
exist like that anymore because of the
Yeah,
way
man.
it's structured now.
It's
I
like,
was
that's
just
like trying
talking
to say
about
that.
the
I mean, like
successfulness of being
Tesco.
able to, when you listen to the workers, the business is always successful. That was just my point.
But that has
Yeah.
nothing. Okay.
Well,
but
no, the
that
business
also-
is not always successful just because you listen to the workers. That's actually an insane take.
Right,
No, it's
that's
not
right.
an insane
Okay,
take.
well
Actually,
then,
it's a
then
good take.
why don't you tell me how it is that a business
Why
is
don't you tell me
successful?
what your Why don't you
It's
tell
just
me
gone
what
This
back.
is
your
your claim.
Why don't you
This
tell
is your
me
claim.
Why
You're
don't you
talking over
tell me
everyone.
why don't you tell me
It's
that's my
really rude,
opinion. It
man.
wasn't my claim.
Oh,
I
it's
didn't
just an
say that it was a
opinion.
fact.
So
I
it's
said
not a
that
fact?
well, yeah, I was giving my opinion on Sam Walton's idea,
Yeah.
obviously.
Logistics is what made
Yeah, and when
Walmart
he
so
started
good.
at the company, that did well for the company, and then the company got much bigger, and we live in a world where all of those companies that were once small companies are now big companies, and it's a lot harder as a small business than it was back in that day when they became big to
Exactly.
get to that same level. We're not on the same playing field anymore, is what we're saying.
Exactly.
Yes, but my question is who? All right. If you're saying that socialism is the way to go, then that means that the government must dictate who has the business, who runs it, blah blah blah, and all
Why?
this.
Why? Scott,
And the government should also be the people and not, just, some rich assholes that are being told what to do by other rich assholes. Yeah,
Okay,
that's
well,
the
at
that's
what's-
Okay, and my question to
I
that
don't really see why the government need to be involved in it.
Well, I don't understand. What do you mean? What would be the threshold delineation for rich? Let's start with that.
What?
How much money are people allowed to have in the private sector?
What? What are you talking about?
I'm asking a question specifically. What is our threshold breaker for what we were considering rich for the purpose of this conversation?
48 quid.
So
I think
you're not
the
going to answer the
stupid.
question?
No, I just think it's a stupid question.
Well,
man,
don't
which is
you
why got
want-
a stupid answer?
Well, didn't you say that that when it comes to this, the rich, you want to tax the rich, right? You don't want people to be too
Well,
wealthy.
we didn't say that in this
Yeah, but that's-
conversation.
No,
And if you
why are
really
you
want me to
talking
put a
about
number on it,
capitalism, bro?
I'm
That's
happy
Yeah,
to put a
this-
number on
taxing the
it.
rich.
This guy is this guy's strawmanning like hell. Like he just desperately wants to get into the conversation he has in his head.
But, mate,
So
mate,
we-
taxing the rich is a capitalist idea. It's not a socialist idea. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, so
Guys, you're
under
not following
socialism,
this
people can have as much money as they want.
Yeah, as long as everyone's got loads of money, it don't matter, does it?
Well, if everyone doesn't have loads of money, how much can one individual have under socialism?
I don't understand the relevance of it, mate. To be honest, I feel like you're trying to
I
pigeonhole.
feel
me
like you
into an
just
answer.
won't answer the question.
I did. I said 48 quid.
48 quid?
Bro, it's wild.
Yeah, 48 quid. Yeah.
$48.
I
No,
just
no,
I
quid,
would love to know
48
who's going to do the
pounds.
work for all this.
People.
Okay,
like
people.
us.
My question to you
People.
is, my first thing I started out with was, did y'all have jobs?
No,
not,
I haven't
saying-
got a
not,
job.
not implying, I wasn't implying that you were lazy or anything
Oh,
like that.
I am lazy.
My question is
That doesn't
then why
surprise
don't
me.
you take your entire paycheck?
Yes, I have a job, and let's
I
call
don't-
that
I don't have
dollar
a job.
amount just to answer Big
I
Papa
refuse- I
fascist
refuse to put into a
question.
system that
$1
doesn't give
billion.
out.
Let's call it a solid billion. A
Okay,
billion
so
is
why is $1 billion too much but not 950 million?
950 million is too much as well.
Okay, well then what about 900 million?
900 million is too much.
Okay, well then where's our threshold breaker?
48 quid, mate. This is a ridiculous line of questioning. Stop
Why,
it.
why is it a
You're
ridiculous
trying-
line of
what you-
question? I don't
Because you're trying
understand.
to get me to put a number down, so then you can then say, "Oh yeah, but why isn't this an amount of money?" But why? Which is
Yeah,
just
these are
done to
valid
another person.
questions under an economic system, dude.
No, it's not a valid question.
Why
mate?
is
You're
it
just
not a
trying to
valid
catch me out and
question?
Gotcha.
Okay.
gotcha,
So
mate.
here, let's
Come
try
on.
this. Let's try this then.
It's a gotcha.
You
know it
want an
is.
equalization of pay between people. Am I right about that or wrong?
No, not really. No, I don't think that's right either.
No, we want a democratization in the workplace. We want the
I mean,
workers
it
to
would be
decide.
way
We
to
want
find
the
that
workers
number,
to
right?
decide.
You just need to find out
those
how much
means.
money is
They can-
floating
they can
around in the
argue about that
economy
amongst
and divide
themselves
it
if
by
they
the
want.
number of people, and there's your number.
I'm a
Amanda.
social equity enjoyer, so
Amanda, I have a
care less
question.
about money.
Mm-hmm.
You said a minute ago that you do have a job and all this. So my question is why don't you go and take at least 3/4 of your paycheck and go help homeless people that are out on the street? That
What's
would
this
make
got to
me
do with
feel-
it?
Because
I do,
three-quarters
and I
of
help
my
veterans as
paycheck
well.
doesn't even
I do
fall-
that.
What's this
I
got
do
to do
that.
with it, man?
I do
Three-quarters
that.
of my
Just
Just to be
paycheck
clear, I do that.
No, no,
That-
no. Let me
that
let me
makes
answer.
me
Let me
disagree
answer the
with
question
your
though. Let me
argument.
answer the question though. 3/4 of my paycheck in this world with the cost of living today doesn't it barely covers my rent. That's why.
Oh, so you're okay with them living and being homeless, but you won't help them.
I'm
can go
almost
live-
homeless.
You can't
I'm
help
almost homeless myself, sir, and that's why I'm saying there's an issue with this system because I should not almost be homeless when I'm working upwards of 40 hours a week. Period.
Why?
Mate, you
Doing
see,
a
I don't
job
even
that
know where you're
requires
going
me to
with your
have a
debate here, with
bachelor's
your
degree.
discussion.
I
It's
should not
crazy.
be. I'm working within the healthcare system, and I can barely afford to live, and I
Why?
think that's a goddamn problem.
Yeah, but why? Why
You
though?
can't
Why
help
is it that
others
you're entitled
effectively
or
without
believe that you're
helping
entitled?
yourself first.
Why am I entitled to
Mhm.
survive?
Yeah, why
Is
are
that
you
the
entitled?
question?
Yeah, that's my
Yes.
question.
What the kind of question is that?
It's the kind of question that I want an answer to. Why are you
It's a
entitled?
question that
to-
lacks a lot of
Why
empathy.
are you entitled to an
I
answer to your
I
question?
deserve to
Amazing.
survive
Okay,
because if I didn't
entitled to
if I
lie.
didn't
Why do you
deserve to
think
I just want to
survive,
know,
I
why are
wouldn't
you
be
entitled
here
to an
in the
answer
first
to your
place.
question? Yeah, answer that
If I didn't
question. Why are you
deserve to
entitled to
survive,
an
I
answer
wouldn't
to your
be here.
Are you
question?
answering a question with a question again?
Am I? You know why?
No,
You
I'm
know why?
asking you a
Because I am
question.
Yeah,
You've
you're
asked plenty
answering
of
with a
questions. Now it's my
I am
turn to ask a
contributing a
question. You've
large
done nothing but ask
portion.
questions since you've been up here.
Yeah,
Answer a
but
question.
you're the guys with the
Why are
position.
you entitled? Answer a question. Why are you entitled to an answer to your question?
Because in this context, this is supposed to be a debate, I was told, and
No,
part
it's
of
not.
a debate.
You never asked anybody if they wanted to debate. You just jumped into the box and started arguing with
Well,
people. You're
okay,
not
you
having
have
a
a
debate.
you have
you
a,
want
A
to
debate is
know why
structured.
I'm entitled.
No, let me
You wanna
finish what
know-
I'm saying. Let me finish what I'm saying.
You're so
A
triggered.
No, you
debate
asked
is
me a
structured.
question, so let me
A
answer it. Let
debate,
me answer
a
the
debate
question.
is structured.
No, that's a formal
debate.
debate. You can have an informal
A debate is structured.
This
Okay,
is
so
an
you're not
informal
having
debate.
Talk room. Let's be
So
clear
you're not
about what
having
this
a
is.
formal
Yeah,
debate.
yeah, I'm
So
having
why
an
are you
informal
asking them to be
debate.
structured?
I'm having an informal
Okay,
debate.
so
I'm
an
trying to-
informal debate is an argument. That this is
I
another.
didn't say it
this
was
is
an
another
argument.
description of
What are
an
you
argument.
talking
I'm
about?
trying to answer
Thank you
your
for conceding to my.
question.
Thank you
Nobody
for
conceded
conceding
to
to this
anything.
argument.
You don't know what you're talking
Mate,
about.
mute him again. Mute him again. It was funny last time.
All right, listen. I am entitled to be able to survive based on the fact that I am in fact contributing to this system. I am working in the healthcare system. I am doing a job that is important to making sure that patients get the healthcare that they need. I spend a significant portion of my life on this, and I pay my taxes. That's why I'm entitled.
Why?
You know
I
why
don't
you know
understand.
why
Why
I'm
would that be a
entitled to?
And
grounding
that's
for being
exactly why
entitled?
I asked why. That was exactly why I asked why don't you go help people that are less fortunate than you, because you want people that are more fortunate than you to help you.
Y'all don't even know how I live to say I live above my
Do you
means.
know?
Like
Do you
that
know
is
why
so
I'm
wild.
entitled to be
I
alive?
pay the cheapest amount
Can
you
I
can
answer?
pay in South Florida for a house that keeps me and my children here. I don't do anything. I don't do anything like outside. Like I don't go out and spend money on myself. I don't get
But
my
it's
hair done. I don't get my
decisions.
nails done. I do not live
Amanda, bless you.
beyond my means. So
But it's
stop
decisions
making
that you've
assumptions.
made.
Man, you don't have to justify yourself to these people like that, mate. Can I answer the question?
Yeah,
Because I am.
because you are.
I am alive. So what you're saying to me is that under capitalism, if I'm not allowed to be entitled to be alive, then I should be dead. So do you want me dead?
Why would there be?
No.
How does this? I'm trying to figure out how this
You
follows.
Answering a question with a question? Are you answering a question
I didn't
with a
ask a
question?
question.
That's
I
proper
didn't.
scum
I
answer.
didn't
So
ask a question.
disingenuous.
Didn't
Answer
ask
So
a question.
disingenuous.
Never asked a
Do you even
question.
know how to
This
debate?
is
Never asked a
terrible
question.
arrangement
I
here,
would
bro.
gladly answer that
my
question.
Don't answer my question with
I'm
a
trying.
question.
I'm not
Answer
answering
my
your question with a question.
No, then don't start it with a question. Then
I
Your
haven't
answer
asked a
be
question. You're just making it up.
You started with why, a word commonly used
Alright.
at the
Yes,
beginning of a
you
question.
I
should
have
be
not
the
answered your
Let me
question with a
answer.
question. The answer is no, you're not entitled to survive in this world. There's no such thing as a
Yes, I
right.
agree with that.
That's completely made up.
The idea that you're not entitled to live in this
So
world is
rights,
also
the
made
only
up.
thing that
Like,
holds
there's no
society
basis for that
together.
argument.
Mate, you think you're a lion on
So
the
so
Sahara,
so
man.
the
Fight each
the
other.
only thing that holds society together, which is the rights that it affords you, right? The Constitution, literally in our society, doesn't exist, and that's not a contract to being a civil society at all.
So let's
Mate,
talk
Is that
about.
what you're explaining to me?
So I'm
Fascists running
I'll
around
try to
in
explain it
Serengeti,
to
mate,
you,
couldn't
but
keep
you have to
this
let me
out.
speak long enough to explain it. So, if you're talking about rights themselves, no, they don't objectively exist. These are social constructions which are made, right? They don't They don't exist in objective reality.
So it's an agreement amongst all of society
Yeah,
to
but if
adhere to,
that's-
correct? We
yeah,
all
but if
we
that's
all
true-
agree to this to the rules of this
Yeah,
society.
right. But if
so
that's
it does
true,
exist.
then we can agree to
So
different
you
rules.
agree it does exist?
No, no,
All
actually,
right.
it can't
Oh,
exist.
nice.
By
Yes,
that
it does
logic, it
exist
can't
because
exist.
if it was what do you mean? Do
Because
you adhere to the
I'm
system
gonna
or not?
I'll explain to
So
you
you
why.
walk around just grabbing
I
things when you
will
want them.
explain to
You
you why.
unalive people. You can
You're
just
not
do whatever
listening.
you
You're
want.
just talking. Listen,
Listen, bro,
so I can
I
explain
get
the
what you're
position.
trying to
You're
say,
not
right?
answering my
I'm
question.
trying
I
to,
am
but you have
talking.
to
I'm
stop
asking.
talking.
I'm in the middle of asking you a question. Of course, I'm talking.
You're
Why
trying
would
to
you say
formulate-
you're
trying to set the
you
definition
just
of
said
what-
you're just talking? Yeah, that's what it takes to ask a question. Are you going
Yeah,
to
but I
answer it or
heard the
not?
question. I'm trying to answer your question. So
Answer it.
under this social construction called rights, by your logic, it actually doesn't make sense because then by majority you can change the right. So whatever made it a right to begin with?